Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. My name is Muhammad Afif Najmi bin Muhammad Nazrol Hassan. I am from class 1D and my ID number is SEC250205154. So, today I will review a movie that became not only a box office phenomenon but also a cultural milestone. You can guess it, Avengers Endgame.
Heroes. It's an old-fashioned notion.
A visionary, a genius, ensuring freedom around the globe.
A symbol to the nation, a hero to the world.
The beacon of hope, shining out across the stars.
I look around at us. You know what I see?
A bunch of a-holes.
Possibility. You think you know how the world works?
The world is changing.
We need heroes. Our very strength invites challenge. Challenge incites conflict. Conflict breeds catastrophe. The thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. We're in the end game now.
Before we're done, we still have one promise to keep.
If you can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
Whatever it takes.
Before we dive into the review, let me set the stage for you. Avengers Endgame was produced by Marvel Studios, the company behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU for short. Since the release of Iron Man in 2008, Marvel Studios has built the largest interconnected movie franchise in history. Over the years, they released blockbuster hits such as Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and of course, Avengers Infinity War. All of these films were carefully connected, leading up to one grand finale, Avengers Endgame. By the time it was released in April 2019, Marvel had already built a loyal fan base of millions across the globe. Audiences were waiting anxiously to see how the story, which had been building for more than 10 years, would finally end. Now, let's not forget the cast. The film brought together some of the most iconic actors in modern cinema, such as Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, or Iron Man, the genius billionaire who started it all, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, or Captain America, the leader who represents hope and courage, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, the god of thunder, who struggles with guilt and redemption, Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, the spy with a heart of gold, Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, the brilliant scientist who balances brains and power, and the last one, Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton, or Hawkeye, the sharpshooter dealing with loss. And of course, we also had newer heroes like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, all returning for this epic conclusion. What made this movie so special was not only the cast or the story, but the anticipation behind it. After the heartbreaking ending of Infinity War, where Thanos wiped out half of life in the universe, Fans around the world were desperate for answers. Would the Avengers find a way to undo the destruction? Could Marvel give us a conclusion worthy of 10 years of storytelling? So today, in my review, I will take you through the details of the movie, explore its strengths and weaknesses, compare it to the other superhero films, and finally, share my recommendation. Together, let's find out whether Avengers Endgame truly live up to the hype. So, Avengers Endgame begins right after the devastating events of Infinity War. Thanos has wiped out half of all life in the universe. The remaining Avengers are heartbroken, hopeless, and unsure of what to do next. At first, they manage to track Thanos down, but they discover that he has already destroyed the Infinity Stones. With no way to undo the damage, they return home defeated. 5 years later, the world is still in pain. This is when Ant-Man returns from the quantum realm and introduces the idea of time travel. With new hope, the Avengers reunite and the planned so-called time heist, a mission to travel back to a different moment in the past, collect the Infinity Stones, and bring everyone back. The movie takes us through nostalgic scenes. New York during the first Avengers battle, Asgard, where Thor meets his mother, and Vormir, where Black Widow sacrificed herself so Hawkeye can obtain the Soul Stone. After many struggles, the Avengers successfully collect all 6 stones. Hulk uses them in a new gauntlet and snaps his finger, reviving everyone who was lost. However, this act also draws the attention of the past version of Thanos, leading to one of the greatest final battles in film history. The climax is unforgettable. Captain America leaves Thor's hammer, portals open to bring back all the heroes, and Iron Man sacrifices his life with the final snap, destroying Thanos and his army. The story ends on a bittersweet note. Tony Stark is honored with an emotional funeral, while Steve Rogers returns to the stone but decides to stay in the past, living the quiet life he always wanted with Peggy Carter. In the present, he passes his shield to Sam Wilson, marking the beginning of a new chapter. Endgame closes the Infinity Saga with both heartbreak and hope, leaving audiences satisfied yet emotional. Now, let's talk about the movie's strengths and weaknesses. First, the strengths. It delivers a powerful emotional impact, especially for fans who followed Marvel for over a decade. The visual effects and action scenes are breathtaking. Performances from the cast, especially Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, were unforgettable. Most importantly, it provides a satisfying conclusion to the Infinity Saga. However, there are also weaknesses. The runtime is over 3 hours, which may feel too long for some viewers. Certain characters, such as Captain Marvel, were underused. The time travel logic is confusing if you think too much about it. And finally, if you have not watched the previous Marvel films, you may not fully enjoy the story. When comparing Endgame to other superhero films, the difference is clear. Compared to Justice League in 2017, Endgame has stronger storytelling and deeper emotional moments. And compared to its own prequel Infinity War, it is less shocking but more emotionally fulfilling, as it ties all the storylines together. So, how would I rate this movie? Personally, I would give it a 4.5 star out of a 5. I recommend Avengers Endgame for 3 reasons. The first reason, it is a must-watch for Marvel fans who have followed the series from the beginning. The second reason, the visuals and epic battle scenes are best enjoyed on a big screen. And third, and the last reason, it is more than just entertainment. It became a cultural moment that united audiences worldwide. To review, today I shared with you the details of Avengers Endgame, its strengths, its weaknesses, how it compares with other superhero films, and my final recommendation. In conclusion, Avengers Endgame is not just another superhero movie, it is the grand finale of a 10-year journey filled with sacrifice, action, and emotion. So, if you have not watched the Avengers Endgame yet, I strongly encourage you to do so. It is an experience you will never forget. So, thank you. That's all from me, and goodbye.